Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra Unit 1.1 Notes, Day 1, and Algebra 2 Unit, let's make this official, 0.1 Notes. Now, if you're like, Mr. Grice, why is everything filled out already? I already did one video, guys. This is video number 2. All right, so if you want to watch everything from the first side, go watch the first video. Now, we're going to be evaluating each expression, show each step. Now, the main difference now is we got these funny looking letters and whatnot inside each one of these problems. So what do we have to do? Really? Are you sure about that? Well, what we have to do is we're going to find wherever this variable is, and we're going to plug it in. Now, every time that we plug in, remember, we have to use parentheses when we do that. Why? Well, it helps keep tracks of negative signs and operations. Okay, if there's a number in front of it, like you'll see in letter 8, number 8, that means to do something completely different. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So for number 7, I've already plugged in my 2, and now all we're doing is following the order of operations. Okay, so parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction, same as the first side, same as forever. So what we have to do first is this 2 cubed, 2 to the third power. Remember that is 2 times 2 times 2, which is, good, that's 8. So we have 15 minus 8 plus 7. Okay, and yeah, what do we add first or subtract first? I hope you didn't say add. Okay, order of operations, left, right. 15 minus 8 gives us 7. Okay, and now we have 7 plus 7, which is 14. Okay, so everywhere that we see a y, I'm going to plug in -1. Okay, so when I'm doing this, wherever I see the y, right now I'm just putting parentheses, and then I know I have to plug in my -1. Okay, when there is a number next to parentheses, that means multiplication. Okay, now order of operations, I need to do exponents first. So -1 squared, remember that's -1 times -1, which gives us a +1. So we have 3 times 1 now, minus 5 times -1. 3 times 1, hopefully you're not using a calculator, is 3. Now, back here we have that's a -5, guys. -5 minus 1 is a, well, negative times a negative makes that a positive, and that's going to be a +5. And 3 times 5, the number that's going inside the box is 8. All right, number 9. So now we have two variables, so we just got to pay attention to where the A is, and we'll do the C in pink, and where the C is, okay? So every time I plug in, I am still using parentheses. And now, oh, what are those brackets called again? Oh, absolute value, that's right. Okay, so I have a -7 there, and then the C was 13. Now, out front, that -7, it's kind of all by itself, so I'm just going to rewrite it. I need to do what's inside the absolute value first, so 9 minus 13 is -4. Okay, now I have to do the absolute value. The absolute value of a -4 is what? I'm rearranging this because I can. Uh, don't you guys wish you could do that sometimes? Well, the absolute value of a negative 4 is a positive 4. A number is next to parentheses, which means multiplication. Negative 7 plus 2 times 4 gives us 8, and then negative 7 plus 8 is a positive 1. Now, the tendency with this problem is to do this right away, the negative 7 plus 2. Please don't do that, guys. That is completely incorrect. Okay, we have to wait till we go all the way down to do that. All right, number 10. Okay, we only have one variable here, but we have it in two places. Now, do you guys remember what this bar means? Yeah, that bar means division, okay? So we're going to simplify the top, we're going to simplify the bottom, and if we can, we'll divide at the very, very end, okay? So looking at the top, I have 5x squared all divided by 2 times x plus 6, and we're plugging in a negative 2, okay? So I'm just going to worry about the top first. So on the top, I have 5 times negative 2 squared. Remember, exponents first, so negative 2 times negative 2 gives me a positive 4. And then 5 times 4 is 20. Okay, now on the bottom, I have 2 times negative 2 because that's multiplication. 2 times negative 2 is a negative 4 plus 6. Negative 4 plus 6 is 2. And then the last thing, we always want to see if we can simplify this, which we can. 20 divided by 2 is 10. Okay, so for that one, we kind of did the top first, then we did the bottom. You can do it together if you want to. Just for me, it's easier to worry about the top, worry about the bottom, clean it up. All right, number 11. Okay, they're trying to be tricky. They're throwing in two different variables. Now, if you guys feel comfortable, why don't you pause the video, see if you can set it up, or just set it up and solve, okay? Now, for the rest of you, we'll do it together. So, we have m minus 7 cubed divided by n times 2, okay? So my m is 11, and n is 4. Okay, so order of operations first, I have to do that 11 minus 7 first. 11 minus 7 is 4. Okay, so we did inside first. Everything else just stays the same, divided by 4 times 2. Okay, now I can't do the multiplication or the division yet because I still need to do my exponents. So 4 to the third power. Now, if you have trouble with it, I've got my calculator, my calculator right here. You can just do 4. Remember that caret button makes it your exponent, and 4 to the third power, it'll help you out a little bit. Okay, so 4 to the third power, we get 64. Now that's divided by 4 times 2. I really don't need that parentheses there. We could have taken it away right here, but I was forgetful. So what do? Do we multiply or divide first? Good for you, those of you who said divide. Left to right. 64 divided by 4 is 16. Oh. And then 16 times 2 is 32. Okay. Number 12. Okay, this is the first time that we are seeing 3 different variables. Okay, we've got the negative 5, W is -5, X is -3, and Y is 49. Okay, so let's do this one together. We have W squared minus 3 times X plus the square root of Y. Okay, so for W we have -5. For X we have -3. And for Y, 49. So we do parentheses first. Well, Mr. Grice, they all have parentheses. Yeah, but those are just kind of holding our values. Those are really multiplication if there's a number in front of it. So exponents are square roots. Now we have both. So the -5 squared, -5 times -5 is a positive 25. Now it matters how you put it in your calculator. Mr. Grice, I got -25. Well, remember, it's inside the parentheses, so you have to do the exact same thing when you do it. Okay? So 25 is the correct answer. All right? We didn't do anything with the -3 times -3, and now we can do that last part, the square root of 49. If you don't know, use your calculator. Okay? Square root of 49, and we get 7. Good. Okay, so we have 25 minus 3 in parentheses times -3 plus 7. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is this -3 times -3. So my 25 stays there. A negative times a negative is a positive. Oh my gosh, I did not miss that bell over summer. Sorry, -3 times -3 is 9, and then we still have the plus 7. So we can do all of this at once if you can, or if you want to do it step by step, left to right, 25 plus 9 is 34, and then 34 plus 7, 41. Okay, and that's it. Wait, Mr. Grice, there's a challenge problem. Yeah, there is a challenge problem. Now, if you feel like you can do it, go for it. The answers are down there, okay? But if you want help, come see Ms. Carranza or myself. We would love to help you out with that problem, okay? Well, guys, this is Mr. Grice signing off for Algebra and Algebra 2. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys had a great second day back, and I'll see you around.